Sharper Point Commentary.
To say that the first weekend of this Trump presidency was more action-packed than the last 6 X Games combined is actually an understatement. If President Donald Trump had taken up base jumping, it couldn't have involved much more drama and cliffhangery as this weekend did. It started with immigration raids that, according to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, led to the nationwide arrest of 539 undocumented migrants on Friday, 286 on Saturday. But since those numbers weren't anything close to what Trump had in mind, we started hearing reports that ICE had been told to pick up the pace and start hitting quotas by arresting more like 1,200 to 1,500 migrants per day. The Washington Post said that 4 anonymous sources told the paper that those quotas were outlined Saturday in a call with senior ICE officials who were told that each of the agency's field offices should make 75 arrests per day and managers would be held accountable. ICE didn't quite hit those numbers on Sunday, but they got close. They picked up almost 1,000 undocumented migrants. Also Sunday, Colombian President Gustavo Petro refused to accept 2 flights of deported migrants from the U.S., at least partly because they were flown in on military planes, which I might add is good enough for our men and women in uniform. That was followed by Trump declaring on social media that he was ordering visa restrictions, 25% tariffs on all Colombian incoming goods, which we raised to 50% in a week, and other retaliatory measures. That was followed by the president of Colombia threatening to slap a tariff on U.S. goods. And he stood by that threat for about 2 hours before he backed down, realizing what every world leader seems to know: you cannot win when you're facing off against Donald Trump. By the way, I flew military many times during my time covering the Iraq War, and while flying into Baghdad sitting on cargo nets in a C-130 isn't nearly as comfortable as sitting in a seat on a 737, it wasn't that bad. Although I do think parts of my butt are still numb from that flight. As bumpy as that ride was, you might want to put your seat and tray table in the upright position for the remainder of the Trump administration, because Arizona Congressman David Schweikert told LaDonna Harvey and me on Arizona's Morning News,
"Be prepared. We're going to see lots of this coming, this type of theater. It's a combination of trying to deal with what happened over the last 4 years on our border and even down to some of the trade relations. So just expect every few days there's going to be an incident like this."
Yeah, keep those seatbelts fastened indeed. And for those who don't want to face the fact that a much higher percentage of world leaders than Americans respect Donald Trump, you might want to take advantage of the drink service offered on this 4-year-long flight on Air Donald.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's Morning News and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.